because from this moment in time, there's nothing of importance for you to do except relax. Relax.
Hey humans, welcome to Scarlett Show, Season 4, Episode 2. Are you relaxed? I don't know, like, my heart's pounding right now. Every time before I show, I'm just like, full on adrenaline, feeling great. But anyways, I'm your host, Scarlett Santa Maria, providing a space for self-expression for San Diego's electronic music artists. If you aren't watching the live stream right now, it will be a great time to do so. Just search for Scarlett Show on Facebook. And now, let me tell you about my weekend real quick. I was working at Nocturnal Wonderland, and for those of you who don't know, I recently started working as an experience creator for Insomniac events. Odyssey was my first gig. Yay, me. So I was fortunate enough to get casted for a role at Nocturnal, and I started on Saturday. I was part of the puppet theater team, and I was dressed in a full body bright yellow leotard, and I had to hold this thing that was like a giant kite in the shape of a firefly held by two poles. And let me tell y'all, I was struggling hard to get that thing straight and balanced with the wind and little old me with my little arms in 100-degree weather. And I thought I was going to fly away. I was one with the firefly. But it was still a beautiful experience. And to finish off the night, I was dancing in front of Joss' set, and Pascual was there, and it made it all worth it. And then Sunday, I actually just got to enjoy the festival. I didn't get to work, and I met up with some of my friends and just felt alive. I just felt like everything was what happened for a reason. I just felt so fortunate to be there, and I met some of the most incredible and caring people this weekend. So yeah, that was just like a little recap, and I will go more in detail with my friend DJ MTK. We're going to do a collaboration tomorrow, and I'll send links, and I'll go more in depth about my Nocturnal experience. But for now, it's time to introduce my guest of the night, my twin, Marziiano. Welcome to the show.
Greetings. Thank you for having me.
Oh, I love how you did the hand thing. How are you feeling tonight?
Pretty good. Trying to settle down.
I know, right? Well, like, I'm so thrilled to have you here because you're, out of all my guests, you're the only one that I've known for, like, the longest.
I know, we go back so long.
Yeah, and it is really meaningful for me. And I think instead of going straight to the generic questions about your life, I think we should tell people a little bit about ourselves and our story.
Oh, no. Okay, let's do it.
And how we met. So we met at this beautiful rave called Scream.
Yeah, I think it was Scream.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Scream at the World Beat Center.
For all of those who remember, back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah, we go way back. We're OG ravers. Back in the day when we still wore candy and had our bangs and dressed all crazy.
Don't even remind me.
I know. I saw like a picture of us when we were doing the peace sign, and we had like our bangs.
Was that the party with
the one at the
Porn Score? That was the
Sugar? Oh, at the Sheraton. Yeah.
Yeah, remember Sheraton?
Oh my
it was
God.
all, like, fancy.
I know.
That was like weird. That was a weird party. Because it was like not in the underground like atmosphere.
But
it,
it felt kind of fancy too to just be there. I know. I remember my dad dropped me off, and I was shaking because I was just so excited, and I was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm just gonna see all my friends. We're gonna have so much fun."
I know. It was a fun party, but oh my God.
Yeah.
Memory lane.
Yeah, good times, and all the get-togethers at the parks. I went to your birthday party. You helped me carry my equipment at a DJing event.
Oh yeah, the quinceañera. Oh my God, that was funny.
Damn, yeah, we go way back, and it's just great to see you grow. I feel that I've seen you transform into like this beautiful self that you are, and you've always been beautiful, but like you really are growing, and like I just feel so proud of you.
Thank you.
And it's just great to see like how you like narrow down your interests. Like I see that you like hairstyling and fashion. So how did you transition into the music industry? Like, what was your very first job in entertainment?
I guess my first jobs in entertainment was kind of a couple of years back. I think like around the time Grotesca.
Oh yeah, that's another homie from back in the day.
Yeah, so with Grotesca doing events with them, kind of like helping out. That was kind of like my first break into like nightlife and entertainment, and it was pretty cool to see like the everything that goes into it, you know, trying to create the atmosphere, trying to get people to like show up, you know, create concepts. So that was like my first like big interest.
Kind of like image consulting. Is that where you started that journey?
Yeah, because I've always been more of like a visual artist, and I wanted to incorporate something a little bit more artistic in terms of like nightlife and events. So that's kind of you remember how we had that the gorgeous ball? And
Yeah,
you were one of the models.
I was about to say that you gave me one of my first go-go dancing gigs.
Was that really one of
Like,
your first?
Yeah, because the first one I did was at Spain for like a little Black Diamond fashion show, and then from there it was like all the ones at Numbers.
Okay.
That's when I was like still like barely starting. My moves were all
Oh my
crap.
god!
I
But
know.
see, something like that we did, it was kind of like creating like a
An
ugly like beauty
experience.
pageant.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
gorgeous, and then also like the one when we were dressed as mental patients.
Oh, the Asylum with Demonic Entertainment. That was cool.
That was awesome. Yeah, we go dance together too. So we pretty much done
a little bit of
everything.
everything.
Yeah, we were transitioned into that together, and I think it's just so beautiful because who knew? Like I think a lot of the people that we knew back there, like they're not around. I mean, Justin is around.
Yeah.
I've seen Monic around, and it's just like, where did everyone go? All the rave fam.
Yeah, I guess you have to grow up somehow, but like then there's like
But-
those like special few that are like refusing to do it, and then that's like us.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even call it not growing up. It's just following your passion. Would you say?
Yeah, I think it's just
Sometimes-
going after that. Like,
Sometimes it's a struggle. Like I feel that maybe this isn't a forever thing, but it could be, right?
it could be. It's just a lot of hard work, kind of like you said. There's a lot of commitment behind it, but there's a lot of self-expression behind it, and I think that's kind of like why like we do it. Like you want to focus on music, I want to focus on visuals and like that sort of stuff. So
Yeah, I think it makes us unique, and the fact that we're still going after all these years, it says something.
we're diehards.
we're like
We're diehard
to the grave.
something.
Yeah, we're just passionate people.
Yeah.
So how long have you been DJing for now?
Probably this is my first official like year like
Yes.
playing in public, but I've had like all of last year that I was training with my friend. He was teaching me how to use like controllers, music production, so it's been like a little bit over a year, the whole process.
So what was the defining moment that made you realize that you wanted to become a DJ after everything that you've done? And it's funny because for you it was for me it was backwards. I started DJing, and now I'm just more into like the dancing and doing this kind of like a journalism standpoint, and then you started more in like the dancing and imaging, and now you're doing DJing.
Yeah, so I guess the defining moment was when I started hanging out with my friend that I told you that he was teaching me like all the how-tos. I started kind of playing around with a beat pad an app. And then that was like back in beauty school, so that was like maybe like 3-4 years ago. So that was
Okay.
like my first like real interest in music. And then I reached out, and then he was like, yeah, I'm down to like help out. So that was kind of like how I started playing around with music. And then I would see like what goes into it. I was seeing like all the sounds, all the controls, and to me it was mind-blowing. It was like fascinating
It
how
is.
music is just so expressive,
Yeah, it's just another form of art.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like it hits you in the feels,
Oh yeah, definitely. I've cried many times at events. Like when a song just gets to you, and like you feed off people's energies, and you're with your friends, and everything is just, life is beautiful, and you just feel it.
Very touching moments. I've been there for sure.
Beautiful. So thanks for sharing for this initial part of the interview. I want to know, what can I expect in the first half of the mix?
So the first half of the mix, it was a little bit more kind of like tech housey, a little bit like housey.
Okay.
Something a little bit more vibey, just to kind of like warm up.
Okay, we're about to get warmed up right now. Wonderful. I'm so ready to hear this mix, and we're about to party in the studio. Everyone's welcome. Bring your White Claws if you want, or not. I guess there's a White Claw shortage.
I know, we have to be considerate of
I know.
everyone else.
We'll return in 10 minutes to continue the interview, so don't go anywhere. And you're listening to KCR College Radio, the award-winning sound of states. Hey, party people. How are you liking this mix? I'm loving it. It's very like ambience, very like
Yeah, it's dark and sexy.
dark and sexy, totally. All right. So before we go on the second part of the interview, I had to make some announcements, and guess what? They're different from the whole summer. I was reading the same announcements, so I'm excited to read something different. All right. Fan of podcasts? Make sure to tune in on KCR On Demand, the newest platform of entertainment from your radio hosts here at SDSU. Find us on Apple Podcasts and SoundCloud at KCR College Radio. Also, no plans this weekend? Check out the House of Blues in downtown San Diego for some amazing concerts in one beautiful venue. Make sure to check out our giveaways on kcrlive.com for a chance to win tickets to concerts throughout the semester. And also stop by Music on the Mesa from 12 to 1 on Thursdays for more giveaway opportunities. And I'll be there on Music on the Mesa next Thursday, so come say hi. All right, we got that over with. Great. We're back to Manny. So tell me, what does being a DJ mean to you?
Oh man. Well, I guess to be a DJ is to provide the vibe of an event or to express yourself musically. I think that's probably where it falls the easiest for me, just musical expression.
Yeah, I agree. And how are you able to find your sound? I think that if I was an electronic music DJ, that would be the most challenging thing because I like all the genres. Like, how do you narrow it down?
I guess you have to dig deep into yourself and be like, who am I? And what do I want to kind of show to people? Like, what do I want to make people feel? And I think that's kind of what I like to do. I like to get people in like a really good like groove. I love being at events and then hearing music and it's just like dark and deep and you're like, you know,
you have that like stink face, like
exactly. Like I want stink face vibes like the whole time.
Okay,
so that's kind of what I do.
All right, I dig it, and I think that we've experienced that together at Divinity many times.
Yeah, that beat's dirty. Yeah.
I remember Diva Hamad, the photographer. She posted a picture on my wall where she's like, "I love your techno face," and I just look like I'm ready
so
to steer
mad.
someone.
You're like disgusted, but it's like good.
Okay, so that's the feeling that you want to make people. All right, I love it. So, where do you get your inspiration to DJ?
I listen to different artists and the sounds that they put out kind of inspire me to try and find my own sound. That and I don't know. I guess that's just what it is.
Is there an artist that you look up to?
Yes. Reset Safari, which is one of the songs that was in the mix. That I just played. They do a really cool sound. I think they're from London or from the UK.
All right.
But they do a combination of like drum and bass and kind of like bass house. Like
I love it when they combine subgenres.
Yeah.
And just like a whole new genre.
Exactly. So I really look up to them, and then they're hard to find, but I really like them.
Awesome. Do you practice any ritual before DJing at events?
Yes. Trying to calm down. That's probably like the one thing, trying to like kind of like stay like level-headed and not overthink it. I think that's just kind of what it is.
So how do you do that?
I just jump into it. Like I guess that's just
it's like just go for it.
Yeah, I'm like just do it, you know? And that's
just rip the band-aid off.
Yeah, just rip the band-aid off. Just start playing a track, and I think that's kind of what it is. Like as soon as you play a track, you just go for it.
And you just go.
Yeah.
All right. And how did you come up with your name, Marziiano? I love it, by the way. I think it's really clever.
Thank you. I wanted something that kind of represents me outside of like the music scene. Like, you know, like I'm Mexican. So I wanted something to kind of tie into that so that I can kind of remember who I am, not get lost in the sauce. So Marziiano kind of keeps me grounded to my roots. And then Marziiano translates to alien. And then that's kind of how I just merged them.
Yeah, why do you like the alien theme? Like, I also love it. Like, you know, I think we're on the same wavelength about that, but why do you personally like it?
I like it because aliens are from the future, you know, so they've kind of already achieved certain like breakthroughs of like evolution, and I kind of think that's what I would like to also incorporate into the music, and I think music also does that.
Music from the future.
Yeah, music from the future and kind of just merging it into the present.
No, you're right, because there's been so many times where I hear a song and I'm like, this song, it's like from Neptune or something.
Yeah, you actually said that, and I think it was one of the Nocturne parties.
Oh,
you
yeah.
were like, this sounds like we're on Jupiter, and I was like, what? But I was like, it actually does. So I
like alien music.
Yeah, alien music, but I think it's like sick, and electronic music is kind of like alien technology, you know? It's like
No, yeah, it is, and I think I'm so grateful for all the technological advances
Yeah.
that we're experiencing. There's so many amazing new gear and all these things to play with,
I
and
know.
the possibilities are endless.
And they keep getting more endless.
I know.
So yeah, that's kind of what I.
Would you say that you would want to eventually go into producing? Like eventually?
Funny because that's actually how I started, like
Oh,
with
okay.
music. So yeah, my friend kind of taught me like Ableton
Oh,
before I
awesome.
start. He's like, you need to know music production before you start, because that's kind of he's very very like musical savvy. He did music production for like bands in the past.
Oh,
So
wow. I need to meet this friend.
yeah, he's really cool. I'll introduce you. But
Okay.
he's like, yeah, he taught me Ableton, and I kind of started doing that before DJing. So
All
I guess
right.
I'm already there. I don't
Oh,
know.
okay. You're one step ahead. I love it. So something that I really like about you is your style and the way you express masculinity and femininity. And I think that's one of the reasons why we bond also, because you're not afraid to be yourself. Would you consider yourself gender fluid, or what are your opinions about gender if you're comfortable speaking about that?
Yeah, I'm totally comfortable.
Because it's something that is not usually talked about in the scene. So I thought it would be great to bring it up
Yeah,
for anyone else
true.
that identifies as gender fluid.
Like gender fluid. I mean, I guess you could say it is gender fluid. I kind of just like the freedom that comes along with that gender fluidity and androgyny,
Yes.
because it kind of opens you up more, and I think that as like creatives we have to kind of
Explore.
explore that. So I kind of use style to merge myself and be more comfortable with like who I am. So I guess that's where my style comes from.
Yeah, and I love it. We have very similar styles.
Yeah. Sexy,
Sexy.
minimal, little bondagey, but like not too
Yeah.
raunchy.
All right. And what are your thoughts on the representation of queer artists in the electronic music industry? You've DJed in both like queer spaces and in street spaces. Like, what are your opinions about that?
Um, I think the possibilities for queer artists, anybody in the LGBT spectrum, are more open now. So there's like artists like Honey Dijon, we have local artists like John Doss, and there's so many people starting to like dig into the electronic scene. So I think it's a good time for anybody wanting to explore music.
Do you think we're doing great with like when it comes to inclusivity, or is there still a lot of work to be done?
I think we're getting there. I mean, I think there's always going to be work, but I think we're getting there, especially in our scene. Our scene tends to be a little bit more open towards individuality and self-expression. So I've seen it in our scene. There's events like Digital Cocoon where
Yeah.
they kind of want to create more of a safe space for people who identify outside of like the cis identity. So I think it's good. It's getting there.
Yeah, definitely. And what advice would you give someone that maybe wants to get started in this scene, or maybe just wants to go to an event? Like, what should they know before going to an event?
Don't be scared to go up to people, because I feel like we're all pretty open. I feel like going into the scene at first, you're nervous. You're like, I don't know
I don't know
anybody. Like, I remember that's how I was. I remember
Yeah.
showing up to my first scream and I was like, I don't know anybody. Like, who do I talk to? But the music was cool, so like it didn't
Yeah.
matter. But I think just be open to meeting anybody.
So obviously, like, I've known you since the Scream days and till now. Like, what are some of the changes you've seen in the scene? Like, maybe like when it comes to, well, there's a lot of things that could be covered. I know like style is one of them, but maybe like the vibe. Like, where do you think we're headed?
Um, I feel like the vibe has matured a little more from when we started partying, because before it was like very like fidgety, very bouncy. Now it's become a little bit like more subdued. It's kind of become a little more sophisticated with like more techno, deep house, the housing. So I think that's probably the most or the biggest change I've seen.
Yeah, I agree. And I think, have you seen this meme that's like Brenda from Panic at the Disco from going to like an emo scene kid to like a sophisticated goth adult or something like
I
that?
think I have, but I have seen those like when you're in the sophisticated, like matured goth. It's yeah, I mean that's what's happened.
Yeah, and I think that something like a lot of things like we were talking about earlier, you think that you need to grow up or grow out of it, but it's just part of you. It's just part of your identity and what your values are and who you are.
Yeah, agreed. I think you just have to evolve. You know, like
Gracefully.
keep parts of you, but just evolve them and like make them new. So that way, you know, you can kind of still stay true to yourself, but change with the times, I guess.
Yeah. We're changing great. I mean, we're
I think
aging
we're doing-
like fine wine.
I think we're
girl.
doing fabulous.
All right. So, what are your thoughts on San Diego's electronic music scene as a whole? You can start with something positive and then maybe something that needs improvement.
Oh my God. It's so big now. There's so much. I think that's a good thing and a bad thing just because it's something we all say now. I hear all the time, like, there's just so many events.
Saturation.
Like everything falls on the same night. So it's good because there's more niche markets and like more niche sounds for for everybody. But now it makes it harder to be at all the events. So
Yeah.
I think that's it.
So that's the part that needs improvement. What's-
I guess in terms of improvement, I don't even know how it would improve, honestly.
It's already great.
It's already great, but I think more support. There just has to be more support, you know? More collaboration, I
Yeah.
think would be good just because we're all trying to do the same thing, but
That's usually the recurring theme, like collaboration.
yeah, I have heard that too. But
Letting go of the egos.
yeah, that's hard, but
Yeah.
you know, I think it's possible. It's definitely possible. We all
I've seen a lot more collaborations happening
Mm-hmm.
in the span of this few months, and that's great. I mean, our community is already kind of small. I mean, it's growing, but it's still small, so
Yeah,
we
it
have
is.
to work together,
exactly.
lift each other up.
Yeah, there's room at the top for all of us.
Yeah, you heard it. Okay, so now it's time for the human experience section where I'll be asking you questions that will give us a sense of how you perceive life and yourself.
Okay.
So, my first question is, what gets you excited about life?
The possibilities of what you want to go after, I think, is what keeps me going. You know, being able to just explore all the aspects of life. I think that's what keeps me going.
I agree. I'm the type of person that just likes to explore everything, try everything once.
Yeah, exactly. Me too. I'm like what's the worst thing that could happen?
Yeah, right? Like, what's stopping you from,
Mm-hmm.
you know, going for that thing, like getting out of your comfort zone,
Exactly.
experiencing new things?
Like I would hate to die and regret that I didn't do something. So that's kind of, you know, going after things just kind of kills that regret.
Yeah, I agree. Something that I really want to do is go skydiving.
Me too. Do you want to
Okay,
do it?
yeah, let's do it.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
we're gonna do it.
No. No.
It's like scary, but I want to do it.
I've heard it's the best. I've heard like life is just not the same after that.
Okay, we have to do it then.
Okay.
Okay, so are you good at being present in the moment?
Sometimes it's hard to stay in the moment because you're constantly having thoughts. Like I think we were just talking
Yeah, we
about
were
this.
talking about that.
But yeah, staying in the moment, it happens naturally sometimes. I enjoy it because things just kind of miraculously
Yeah.
blossom. So
Would you say that you worry more about the past or the future?
I think I worry more about the future because I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm the kind of
The
person.
uncertainty.
Yeah, the
Me too,
uncertainty. And
yeah.
I'd like to know, but I think that's what makes life fun, not knowing.
Yeah, I know. I've heard of people that get readings and they want to know their future, but what's the point? What's the fun in that?
Yeah, that is true.
I've never tried it, but I know people that have, and I'm just like, I don't know if I want to know.
I'm too much of a skeptic. Like, I'd be like, I think that's just telling me what I want to hear. You
I
know?
know, right? You're gonna be a millionaire in 5 years.
Yeah. I'll wait. I'll wait to see if it.
All right. Okay. So, how do you respond to someone whose ideas and beliefs you don't agree with or understand?
I kind of back off at first because I have to stop myself from judging them, you know.
Yeah.
But I do like to hear people out. I like to hear other people's opinions, you know.
Opinions,
So I'll always consider your opinions, but I always have to at least create my own judgment afterwards.
Yeah, I think what part about being human is just learning how to live with our differences.
Exactly.
Because we're not all gonna agree. Unfortunately, there are a lot of people that they don't think like us, and we don't think like them. So
Yeah.
we just gonna have to accept that.
Yeah. It's okay though.
Okay, so how do you stay grounded when you feel overwhelmed?
I go MIA. I like to go into nature. I like to disconnect. I also listen to music. That's kind of my thing. Just be in nature. I think
Yeah.
that helps a lot.
Me too. I love just going for a walk at the park or something in my own thoughts by myself, kind of recharge.
Yeah, and that's where I'm in the moment because I stop thinking. I'm just kind of like admiring
Looking
everything.
at everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful. And do you enjoy spending time alone?
Yes.
Same.
I have my moments where I like to be out with everyone, but yeah, I like to be alone, kind of process myself.
Yeah, me too. Like as an only child, I really value my alone time. And it's so funny because I would just go places by myself and people are like, "Wow, you're like driving by yourself. You're doing this by yourself." I'm like, "Yeah."
It's
Like,
the best though.
it is because you don't have to worry about anyone else, just yourself.
And that's when you're in the moment.
Yeah, like the last thing I did by myself, it was nocturnal. Like I just went by myself, I camped and I just met cool people. Like you never know who you can meet, and just the experience of being by yourself and like forcing yourself to like talk to people and connect with someone else. It's
Yeah.
like it's so thrilling. It's just so exciting.
It's a natural part of us. Like we want to communicate. So
Yeah.
it's cool.
Awesome. So what is the most desirable trait another person can possess?
Independence and fearlessness when it comes to like expressing themselves. I think I value that the most. I like people who aren't afraid to share who they are.
Take notes, people. If you want many, you gotta be independent.
I'm still single.
Ready to flamingo.
Oh, God.
So yeah, now you're knowing a little bit about him. You gotta be independent and you gotta be fearless.
And be open to sharing.
Oh, yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Share everything.
Not everything. Just I think your emotions.
Yeah,
I think,
be okay. I get like being vulnerable.
being vulnerable.
All
'Cause-
right. I appreciate that. That's actually like a good quality to have. All right. So, what is your most prized possession?
My laptop. My laptop, or actually no, my most prized possession, my mind.
Ooh, there you go. I'm gonna go for the laptop questions. I was just kidding.
You're like, I like the laptop more.
Your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I
that's
love-
where
yeah,
that's where I come from.
I love my brain.
Yeah.
I love my brain.
I would
It's
be nothing without
fantastic.
my brain.
No, literally.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah, I'd be, I don't know, a robot.
Okay, so what is your biggest pet peeve?
People that walk really slow. I'm like, I have places to be.
Yeah, that's for sure. Like slow drivers, so people that walk slow.
Slow people, just slow, yeah. I'm like, okay, TikTok. Just say it.
Just go for it. No,
Yeah.
I get it. It's so funny because back in high school, like I would go places, like I would walk down the hallway like really fast because I'm naturally like I power whack. It's just power walk.
Power
A
whack.
A whack.
Okay.
Power walk, and like I have like this like a stone face. Sometimes like I have a bee face, like.
Yeah, you're all like,
yeah,
I'm on a mission.
Yeah, and people will be like, "Are you mad?" I'm like, "No, I'm just like trying to go somewhere."
My first class is all the way over here. My last class is all the way over there. Like, I have to walk.
Yeah, so it's funny. I can totally relate. Okay, so what 3 words best describe you?
Creative, silly, and wise.
Oh, yes.
I guess. I wanted to say like old spirit, but that's 2 words.
Okay, creative, silly, and wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that, right?
It kind of sounds like me too. Okay, so we got the bonus question. We got the letters.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and if whoever didn't hear the first part or the first episode of the season, I'm doing this new thing where I have some black envelopes with an S wax seal red stamp on it. And it's just a random bonus question, and you're just going to have to pick one.
Okay. Who sent these in?
I made them.
Oh, you made them. Okay. All right, let's see. This one.
Okay.
It's such a pretty stamp.
Yeah, you can keep it as
Okay,
a souvenir.
I'm gonna try not to break it. But okay. Whatever.
My last guest said the same. They're like, it's so nice.
Oh, Danny.
Yeah, Danny.
Oh my God! If your life was a novel, what would be the title and how would your story end? That's a hard question.
Yeah, that's why those letters, man, they get you.
Yeah, it totally got me. If your life was a novel, what would the I guess the title would be Odyssey.
Odyssey. Okay.
And the story would end as a cliffhanger because we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yes. Oh my god.
I don't know. That was like such a good question, though. I'm gonna have to think about that more.
All right. Yeah. Those. So the point with the Scarlet letters, the letters, it's like it can either be like a silly question or like a really deep question or like some. I don't know. It's like a question that's like out of the ordinary. So
Yeah, I like it. That was good. Good job.
cool. Awesome. I'm glad you liked it. So thank you so much for this interview. Like time went by really fast.
It's over already?
No, well, not like complete over. We're
Okay.
gonna go to your mix and then we're gonna come back for like 3 more questions.
Okay.
But yeah, time flies when you're having fun, and obviously like we're vibing. We're just like thinking back of all our adventures together.
Like always, we're like synced.
Yeah, I know, and like I appreciate you, and I'm like so proud of you, and I'm so happy to have you here, and I'm just can't wait to keep seeing you grow, and then like when we're 80, we're gonna look back at this.
Remember when we used to be like so? Yeah.
The plastics.
Oh my god. You just went there. Oh my god. I
Is
totally
that
forgot
what
about
is that what you were thinking about?
No, I was gonna be like, you remember when we were like young and reckless? That's what I was gonna
okay.
say. But yeah, the plastics. Weren't we also like the Powerpuff Girls or something like that? Like
Oh, yeah,
Yumi
me
and
and
Gaga.
Gaga.
Oh my god, so bad. But
I know, man.
thank you for having me.
Yeah, we've
Really
really
grateful.
changed for the better. We're
Definitely for the better.
yay for adulting.
Yeah, it has its perks.
I know, right? All right, so I think we're ready for some more music, and we'll be back to wrap up the interview shortly. So stay tuned, people. Treat me like your fantasy.
Will you treat me like your fantasy?
Yes, of course,
Okay.
any night.
Oh,
Oh my god, we were totally vibing to this set.
yeah.
Whoever
I'm glad
was
you liked
watching
it.
in the live stream, you were totally seeing her moves.
I hope you were dancing too.
I know. Oh my god, this is such a good mix.
Thank you.
I'm living for it. And we were just having some deep thoughts about life.
Oh God, life.
Life. We're dying, but we're living at the same time.
Isn't that weird? I think Lana Del Rey said, "We're born to die" or something like that. And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, you go, girl. You're
Actually,
right."
yes. you're damn right. But that's why you just gotta enjoy life as much as you can. Live in the moment, the present, because you're never gonna get this moment.
You live once at a time.
Yeah. I guess Drake was right. YOLO, right?
He said you only live once, and then my friend said you only live once at a time, and I was like, I like that more.
Okay. Wow. Such an innovator.
Yeah, I was like, she's right.
All
I like
right.
that.
So, do you have any upcoming events? Tell me everything.
Yes, actually. So I have October 3rd. I'm gonna be with a couple of our homies.
Hey.
Salvation at Blonde Bar.
Okay.
Starts at 9. And then October 5th, I have Whips and Furs event at Moe's. It starts at 7 o'clock. So I'm going to be hosting all night for that event. And then after that, I'm going to be playing at the Enter the Tech party.
Oh my god,
I just found-
you got gigs.
I got gigs. Literally, they all just fell into my
Oh
lap
my
like in
God.
the last week. I was like,
whoa.
I was like, thank you for these blessings. But
Universe, yes. Oh
so
my god.
those are coming up, you guys. Stay tuned. Follow me on Instagram for the updates.
What's your Instagram?
Marziiano. It's MARZIINA0.
0. Okay. Oh, so exciting. So, what does the future hold for Marziiano?
You'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely trying to like branch out creative wise and more incorporating more visuals and music, but stay tuned.
Life's a mystery, an unpredictable mystery. All right. And do you have any last shout outs or anything that you would like your fans to know, or your friends, anything?
I would like to say thank you to everybody who has, you know, kind of like been with me along the way and has gone out to support. I could see how everybody has started, and it's nerve-wracking, so I really appreciate everybody that has been supporting along the way. Hey, Mom and Dad, shout out to you guys. God, thank you.
Diosito, la Virgen.
Diosito, gracias. But yeah, thank you to everybody.
Awesome. Well, you heard it, and thank you again for being here one more time.
Thank you
You're
for having
like my homie for life. You're my bro, my twin.
Yeah, twinsy.
Twinsy for life.
I'm glad you brought me on. I really appreciate it. I'm
Yeah,
honored.
you know I love you. And I'll be uploading the full show and the interview on Scarlett Letter Show's YouTube, so you can watch it as many times as you want. And I'll also be posting all his socials there on the description. And thanks for joining me tonight. I hope to see you next Thursday. So enjoy the rest of the mix. Stand up, party up.
Yeah, shake them legs.
Shake the legs. Bye.